That's gorgeous. What can I say? Welcome back to Al's Kitchen. Yes, it's 2026. Al's Kitchen has got more curries and recipes up his sleeve for you. Did you have a good Christmas? Did you have a good New Year? Great. I've got a wonderful curry today to share with you, and this time we're going authentic. Yeah, I'm not doing the tin soups anymore. There was only 3 in a series and you all threw your toys out the pram. But in reality, the tikka masala went viral. If you didn't catch it, I'll leave a link in the description below. It was an amazing tikka masala. So as I said, today we're going authentic, and this time I'm doing a Punjabi chicken curry one-stop hot pot. It serves a family of 4 or 4 portions for a single person if you're a greedy big pig. Now, what am I drinking? Well, do you know, it's 2026 and my New Year's resolution was to go dry January. That's what they say. So I'm not drinking anything. You still filming? Let's check out all the ingredients and I'll tell you what you need to do this superb Punjabi chicken curry. Well, the first thing you're going to need is I've got 900 grams of chicken thighs here. And I chose chicken thighs because they're moist, they are tender, they turn out really succulent, they hold their flavours, and they're really forgiving in the cook time, so they don't dry out. You can use chicken breasts. Now, you're thinking, well, it's got a funny colour, isn't it? That's because I've been marinating it for 30 minutes. And all I've done is poured some Kashmiri chilli powder in there, some turmeric, some salt, some garlic and ginger paste, and some lemon juice. And I've literally just mixed all that in with my hands, and I have marinated this for 30 minutes. If you can give it an hour or longer, that's even better. Now, as far as the curry goes, check these ingredients out. Over here, I've got some crushed black peppercorns, 2 teaspoons. I've got some cumin seeds, some coriander powder, some garam masala, some turmeric powder, some Kashmiri chili powder, beautiful stuff, and some tomato puree mixed with water. For our oil, we're going to be using butter ghee. This is Punjabi authentic, but you can use vegetable oil if you're opposed. And I've got 500 grams of finely diced white onion. You can use red onion or pink onion. And for the heat, we're going again with fresh green chilies. I've got 4 small green chilies sliced. To garnish, we have got some coriander, some fresh coriander, and you will also be needing some natural yogurt. We are going to be putting in some julienne of ginger. Now, let me tell you something. If you can't slice your ginger nice and fine, I would say don't bother with it, because quite a lot of you guys send me pictures of curries with your julienne ginger and it looks like you sprinkled French fries over your curry. You need to up your game where your slicing's concerned. Shall we start? Let's crack on. So I'm going to go with my induction hob using my cast aluminium SQ professional pot. You guys keep asking me where I get these from. I'll leave the link in the description box below. First thing we're going to do is going to add some butter ghee. So once you've got your oil hot, we're going to fry off the cumin seeds. And we're going to release all their flavours. So let's start and wait for those to crack before we continue. So once your cumin starts to froth and crack, that shows you that it's starting to release all of its natural oils and flavour into the oil. This is when we're going to go in and we're going to fry our onion for around 6 minutes. So let me fry this down and I'll get straight back to you. So this is where we want them. We don't want them too brown or melted. We just want them nice and translucent, and they're nearly done. So they've been on for around about 8 minutes, and every couple of minutes I turn them in. Okay, we're going to add the spices now, and we're also going to add a little water to stop things drying out too much, because we're going to try and make it like a thick base with the spices. So let's go in with the turmeric, chili, garam masala and the coriander powder. Add some water, not too much, just a little splash. We're going to cook those spices out, mixing those in with those onions. And that's beautiful. So now we've got our masala onions. Now we're going to add a splash more water. And now we're going to throw in the chilies. We're going to add all of that chicken. And this is going to be nice and thick. We're going to add the liquid a bit later. We want to cook this for around 5 minutes until we've just coloured the chicken. So I'll see you in 5. Right, so we've done our 5 minutes of browning the chicken. Come and have a look at this. We're going to go in now with the tomato puree. Give that a good stir through. And now I've got here natural yogurt. Cook the yogurt out. Keep stirring it. I'm going to keep this going, keep moving it for around 5 minutes. We don't want the yogurt to split, so I'll see you again in another 5 minutes. Okay, so we've cooked out the yogurt. Come and have a look at this. So the yogurt's cooked. Now what I want you to do is I added a splash of water to keep it looking muddy. You don't want it too runny, you don't want it too thick. You just want it runny like that. I probably in total haven't used more than 200 ml of water. So now we're going to add our black pepper and a handful of coriander. Save some coriander for garnish. And give that a stir. Add the lid and we're going to finish the curry off by cooking it for around 15-20 minutes to make sure the chicken thighs are cooked through. That's obviously really important. So I'm going to put this on a low to medium heat just so there's a little bubble in. And I'll be back in around 15-20 minutes to garnish and plate up. Okay, so we just have 2 minutes left to perfect the curry. And that's bubbling away nicely. We're getting all the little potholes, all the oil has risen to the surface. These are all indicators that the curry is nearly done. But not before we add the julienne of ginger. I like to add these in close to the end so they're as close to raw as possible so they remain pungent. You do need to add salt, but with the salt, I want you to do salt to taste, because remember we did put salt in with the chicken that was marinating. So be careful with the salt. You can either add salt on your plate when you plate up, or to give it a taste and add a little bit. I'm going to do that now and add accordingly. Yeah, I can taste it's already got salt in it, but I'm just going to add a pinch. It's tasting divine. Now as far as the consistency goes, you don't want it watery, so turn the flame up at the very end like I'm doing now and thicken this down, and that's called Buna in the dish. Let's get ready to plate this baby up. So here we go, one Punjabi chicken curry hot pot. Let's go in. That's gorgeous. What can I say? It's just silky, very earthy, peppery. It's just savoury. It's just a lovely dish. If you love curry, you're going to love this Punjabi style one. Thanks for watching. Go check out my other videos. You'll want to follow my next video because I'm going to be cooking a poor man's curry where we're going to try and make a curry for less than £5. Tune in, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Oh.